Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Pre-Market Report sponsored by TaxBuddy.com, a leading tax filing portal in India. US markets, it was very bad. So I left to sleep around 11:30 and after 11:30, the US markets fell very drastically. And now US markets are below 50-day moving average. And US markets have turned bearish, and I already told you S&P 500, if it breaks 4485 and Nasdaq 100 future breaks 15,320, that markets become negative, and they have already fallen nearly 3% from that level. So in all probability, US markets will be closing negative for a third straight week. So this indicates, clearly the uptrend is over. And Nasdaq 100 is down more than 8% from the recent high. And Tesla, a major company, fell, and that dragged the cryptos well. The cryptos have fallen about 8 to 10%. So that's mainly because there was a news report that said Elon Musk has sold a lot of cryptos. So now the problem is spilling over to crypto world also. And cryptos have been very, very resilient this year while the markets were going through all problems. But now the cryptos are also joining. Asian markets, however, is not that bearish. So Asian markets are mixed. In fact, some markets are positive also. And like Hong Kong, open negative, but now turning slightly positive. Hong Kong is very important because, Hong Kong has fallen for 6 straight days. And also, Hong Kong is a proxy for China markets. And China has a lot of problems. I think one of the largest real estate company, Evergrande, has filed for bankruptcy in China. So real estate is a big problem in China. So GIFT Nifty indicating about 80-90 point gap down. So that is expected for various reasons. Number one, both FIAs and DIAs were net sellers. And number two, the global markets are very bad. So now clearly our markets have also turned bearish. As I said, if any day market closes below 19,400, so that is the time, the trend changes. In fact, one day it just closed 19,392. That day, since there was Apple results, Amazon results, just wanted to wait for a day. And then the next day market shot up, went up to 19,600. Now it has come down. So the long-term uptrend that started sometimes in the first week of April now has clearly come to an end. So that is what the technicals are indicating. So you always say, I never say, my technical say. If tomorrow something goes wrong, you can blame the technical. You don't have to blame yourself. So that's why I've seen many people say, I'm not saying my data points say, I'm not saying my technical say. But now I make it clear, I'm not saying my technicals say. The markets are bearish now. So when a trend starts, usually it lasts about 8 to 12 weeks. But this time the trend was bigger, both in terms of number of points rally, more than 3,000 point rally. And another, that time period, it lasted more than 16 months. So after such a long time, now the chart is giving a bearish signal. So in all probability, maybe next 8 to 12 weeks, markets may be bearish. No, when I say bearish, it does not mean that market will keep going down from today. It may reverse. It may reverse, it may shoot up 200, 300 points. But ultimately, markets are expected to go down. So does it mean that you can short the market? Definitely no. You short the market, and that day the market will reverse. It will move 200, 300 point up, and you cannot tolerate the MTM loss, and then markets will fall again. So that is why many times, what you hear from YouTube channels or television channels or print media, the people always say, operation success, patient dead. the trend may be down, but you may not be able to capture because the fall may not be a linear one. So therefore, then what is the point of talking all these things? Of course, you can create strategies with a combination of buy and sell. So to capture this uptrend or downtrend, even if things go wrong, you may come out with a minimal loss, but if there is a profit, you can get a good profit. So earlier I did shared a strategy. In fact, in the last 1 month, I shared 2 strategies. So one was a bullish strategy, I think for the month of August series, and another one slightly bearish strategy in the month of December series. So maybe tomorrow I will come out with a video, so giving a strategy where you will make profit if the market continue to go down, but you may not lose much if the market goes up. And of course, beyond a point, of course, there is a stop loss is there. Beyond a point, there will be losses more, but then there will be a stop loss. So the first thing is that, markets have become bearish. Now, what is the target? So the immediate target is 19,000 as per the box theory, because the markets have been trading in the range 19,000 to 19,500, then went to 19,500 to 20,000, and again came back. Now the markets have become clearly bearish. So 19,000 to 19,500 is the immediate range. I think this range will be held for the next few days, at least 2 weeks, because we have only 10 more trading sessions for this expiry. And all the major news are out. Say for example, Fed minutes came and the markets have already fallen 3%. So that is factored in more or less. So after this, a new set of data will be coming only next month. So for next 2 weeks, we can say 19,000 to 19,000 as the range. And precisely, the support is not 19,000, it is 18,900. If you can remember, last time on the way up, 18,900 was a good resistance. And that was broken out, and then only the markets went sharply higher. So 18,900 to 19,500 should be the range for next 2 weeks. Of course, in between, if there is any short covering, it can go above 19,500, but ultimately it may fall back. And again, I say this, anything can happen in stock market, but this is what my chart or my analysis shows. So please do not blame me if you take some position, if you go into any. And usually, if a trend sets in, it lasts about 8 to 12 weeks and Nifty moves about 5 to 6%. So normally 1000 to 1200 point you can expect. So that, brings to the situation over a period of next 2 to 3 months, the Nifty is likely to fall about 1000 to 1200 point. So that will be taking you to 18,200, 18,300 range. So any strategy that you develop now, your lower break even should be around 18,200, 18,300. Upper break even should be above 20,000. In case our view goes wrong, quickly markets turns around, market become bullish, and still 20,000 will be the resistance. So tomorrow I will show you a strategy, where 18,200 or 18,300 to 21,000 to 20,100, 20,200 will be the range, and you will make more money if the market falls. So wait for tomorrow. So exciting video. And this is a paper trade I have done already. So I have already done the trade yesterday. It's a paper trade. So that I have saved it. So tomorrow I will share. Right now, global cues are very bad. Yesterday, both FIAs and DAs were selling. And though mid caps and small caps are doing well, large caps are coming under selling pressure. And technical charts are showing bearish. So I think the bulls have less and less hope now. So bears have high and high hopes now. But again, option sellers will be banking on time value because there are only 2 more weeks. For immediate term, like for today and tomorrow, the 2 days before, the Nifty hit a low of 19,258, 19,257.9. So that level has to be watched very clearly. So there is a possibility the market may go there and then may recover and then continue to trade higher, so that that may become a double bottom. So that's for immediate term. So longer term, so definitely, as I said, so BJP has already released the first set of candidates for 5 state elections. So that shows that, the fever has started, 5 state elections. And then, so always election results are always uncertainty. If you can remember, few years before, when the Brexit came, just a few hours before, everyone believed that Brexit will not happen, and including the person who spearheaded the campaign. And he also agreed in a television channel, Brexit will not happen, so they were wrong. But in few hours time, the results came, so the Brexit has happened. So let us not try to speculate, the outcome of election. Outcome of election results is always an uncertainty. So therefore, markets like good news. Markets can take bad news, but markets do not like uncertainty. So therefore, the VIX will continue to go higher. And that is evident because for the last 5-6 trading session, everyday VIX is going higher. So in all, time to be very, very cautious on the long side. At the same time, use some strategies, so, and then always sell on rise mode, not buy on the dip mode right now. So that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.